Hello, my name is Teresa Guerrero, and I'm a native Arizonan. I'm also a single mom. I'm a single mom who lost her son after first losing my husband. My son Jacob died in 2020 at only 31 years old. He died from fentanyl poisoning after drugs he was taking turned out to be laced. He had enough fentanyl to kill 3 healthy people. Jacob was an avid tennis watcher and a dedicated cyclist. It was devastating when he died. It still is. Losing a child isn't something you get over. But I've made sure every single day since to make sure his death meant something, which is why I'm here today. When I heard what Vice President Harris had to say at the Oprah Town Hall, I knew she was going to be a fighter for me, for Jacob, and for families like ours who have lost our loved ones. Vice President Harris understands what fentanyl has done to families and to kids in this country. That's why she backed the bipartisan border deal, the one Trump tanked. That would have allowed us to stem the flow of fentanyl. And it's why she's here in Douglas, a town that my husband grew up in and where we have so much family. Thank you to all the folks here today for supporting me. I trust Harris to get the job done because she's done it. As Attorney General, she took on these drug cartels that smuggled drugs across the U.S. border. She protected people when it mattered most. She's here today because she cares about us. She cares about our families, and she cares about securing the. Now, it's my honor to introduce Vice President Kamala Harris.
Teresa, please. Good afternoon. Hi, everyone. Hi, good afternoon. Can we please applaud Teresa and her extraordinary courage? Please, can we applaud extraordinary courage? Thank you. Thank you. Please have a seat, everyone. Thank you. It's good to be back in Arizona. It is good to be back in Arizona. Thank you all. Thank you so very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so very much. I just wanted for a moment to speak about Teresa. We had some time together backstage, and I think that in moments of crisis, such as the fentanyl crisis, there are people who, through their suffering and their pain, rise with courage in such a selfless way to be a voice for others with the anticipation and the hope and the hard work of hoping that their story will be the reason other people don't have that story. And you sharing your story about Jacob and your advocacy on why we have to stop this scourge is so incredibly important. And again, I applaud Teresa, and I know we all do. And our need to stop this issue is one of the reasons that we are all here together today. I also want to thank the extraordinary elected officials who are here. Senator Mark Kelly, who came with me. And his extraordinary wife, Gabby Giffords, traveled with me from Washington, D.C. to be here. And Senator Kelly has been talking with me for quite some time about the importance of this visit. And so I thank you in front of all of our friends for your work. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Attorney General Chris Mays, who just tore up the floor. She is, one of, I'm going to talk a bit about it in a minute, but some of the work that I have done in my career as Attorney General, and watching her do the work that she has done as Attorney General really does emphasize the importance of having the right leader at the right time, in the right place, and that's who she is. Mayor Hewish, I thank you for the warm welcome. We've spent some time together. You've shared with me the needs of your community, and I thank you for your leadership as well. And to all the elected and community leaders here today, thank you for taking the time out of your busy lives to be here this afternoon. Before I begin, I do want to say a few words about Hurricane Helene. I spoke this morning with our FEMA Administrator, Chris Well, and President Biden and I, of course, will continue to monitor the situation closely. We have mobilized more than 1,500 federal personnel to support those communities that have been impacted. We have food, water, and generators that are ready for deployment. And we are working to restore power for millions of people who currently are experiencing outages. And I just want to stress, and for the press that is here, to those who are watching, the storm continues to be dangerous and deadly, and lives have been lost, and the risk of flooding still remains high. So I continue to urge everyone to please continue to follow guidance from your local officials until we get past this moment. So thank you all. And now I'll speak about, in particular, the people who are here today and why we are gathered here together today. So Arizona, I think you all know, and this is why you are here, there are consequential issues at stake in this election. And one is the security of our border. The United States is a sovereign nation, and I believe we have a duty to set rules at our border and to enforce them. And I take that responsibility very seriously. We are also a nation of immigrants. The United States has been enriched by generations of people who have come from every corner of the world to contribute to our country and to become part of the American story. And so we must reform our immigration system to ensure that it works in an orderly way, that it is humane, and that it makes our country stronger. So I've just come from visiting the border and the port of entry in Douglas. I spoke with dedicated agents from Border Patrol and Customs officers who every day see the overflow of commercial traffic through the port. These men and women